Welcome to the courtroom, where things are getting futuristic. We're looking at Victor Fernandez, a man facing the consequences of a high-speed street race that nearly cost 5 people their lives. But check out this opening move. His defense is pitching hydrogen helicopters. He claims he's sitting on 300,000 shares of a green energy startup that's about to make him a millionaire. Legal insight: this is a classic restitution play. The defense is trying to convince the judge that if Victor stays out of prison, he can pay back the massive medical bills. But as a judge wisely says, certain things may never happen. Do you think a potential fortune is enough to keep someone out of a cell?
Out of nowhere. I never even saw it coming. One moment I was in my car listening to my radio.
I have stock or shares in this company. They're helicopters that run off hydrogen, waiting on.
I understand you're waiting on certain things, but certain things may never happen.
Mr. Fernandez did indicate to me that he had a heart attack on the 24th of last month. His health issues happening the way that they're happening, he's not able to work as he has before.
I want to do the best thing that I can to better myself so that way I can be better for my children. Opportunity. So I'm very grateful.
Well, I'm happy for you. I'm so glad that you completed this. Rashad, it's just been like a Merry Christmas for me. It's just been continuing.
Now we get to the heart of the case, and it is devastating. This wasn't just a fender bender. Victor ran a red light while racing another car and slammed into Amber Skripka. She's had 15 surgeries, and her medical bills are over $900,000. Look at the shift in the room. The talk of stock options suddenly feels very small compared to a woman nearly losing her arm. This is the emotional stakes of the case. In legal terms, restitution isn't just about paying back a debt. It's about trying and often failing to make a victim whole again. How do you even begin to price the trauma of 15 surgeries?
Ran a red light and hit another car, causing basically 5 different people to suffer physical injuries. One of them, Miss Amber Skripka, was nearly killed. She has had 15 surgeries, Judge, almost lost her arm. She still has at least 1 surgery left to go, and her medical bills are over $900,000. Her insurance company has paid over $238,000. And so when we talk about restitution in this case, Judge, it is a 7-figure issue. Okay. Some of the other victims did not respond to the DA's office repeated requests for information on restitution, but Ms. Skripka did, and my client wants to do everything in his power to make her whole. And he is part owner of a company named Avimec International Aircraft, Inc., and he owns 300,000 shares in that company. And it is a company that has permission from the Federal Aviation Administration to build 3 different models of aircraft in the United States, France, and Brazil. And it is a environmentally responsible aircraft. So it's actually part of, green energy. And they just received a contract with the United States Air Force to start building these helicopters that basically run on peroxide. And so the company is expected to go public. And when it does, my client will become an instant millionaire. I have seen the contract I've seen evidence of that, and I'm happy to share that with the court. May I share my screen, Judge?
With regards to that, the court will accept the defense counsel's word that the defendant is going to perhaps become a multimillionaire.
Yeah. And so, Judge, we only say that because, unfortunately, Ms. Skripka was not only physically injured, she has suffered. First off, I don't know if words can describe it, but her car basically flipped, and she has tons and tons of medical bills, and she's suffered substantially. My client wants to be able to make her whole, and we really believe that there's an opportunity here for him to actually do that. And that's an important part of this case, Judge. And so with the mitigation package, I can just tell the court my client has numerous certificates of training, awards in the aviation industry, certificates of appreciation for teaching classes, certificates of achievement, and so on and so on. And so he is a productive member of society, Judge, with no history of racing or driving recklessly. In fact, all the evidence points in the opposite direction. But none of that matters in the sense that he did run he ran a red light, Judge, and was speeding through that intersection and caused serious injuries. And so we're asking
and our proffer to the court that Ms. Skripka would like the court to give the defendant a maximum supervision term on deferred adjudication to accommodate his aviation licensure, as well as the opportunity to pay back the restitution to Miss Amber Skripka and her family for everything that they've lost through this exchange. And so she expressed her gratitude to the court for reading her letter, for taking it so sternly, and for reacting the way the court did. And she would just like to maybe soften our position as the state just a little bit in making that request to the court.
Mr. Fernandez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If you're tested today for drugs, what are the results going to be?
Negative, Your Honor.
Have you ever used illegal substances?
When I was a teenager, Your Honor.
And what was that?
Some marijuana, and I tried, I think, some acid. Something else I tried. What was it?
All right. Is there anything else you wish to say, Mr. Braswell?
Your Honor, I would just ask the court to please consider the state's comments. I mean, he's speaking for all of us. We've conferred over the lunch hour, and I also had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Skripka, and it was very productive. We want her to be made whole.
This is what the court is going to do.
This is a rare moment in a courtroom. The judge admits she was ready to send Victor straight to prison. The only reason he's getting deferred adjudication, which means no permanent conviction if he finishes probation, is because the victim, Amber, showed him mercy, audience engagement. If you were the victim of a $900,000 tragedy, could you find it in your heart to ask the judge for leniency? Or would you want the maximum sentence? Amber's grace here is actually what's keeping Victor in civilian clothes. He literally owes her his freedom.
Mr. Fernandez, the court was strongly and wanted and thought that this case deserved a prison sentence. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
One of the main reasons why you're not going to prison is because the complainant in this case, Amber Skripka, has shown you mercy by asking the court to give you deferred adjudication. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you really need to remember that. You are too old to be racing. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So are you still driving?
I drive. I do a handyman job right now.
No, my question is, are you still driving?
Yes, I'm driving.
State Defense, how are we addressing this issue? Is there any concerns with his driving?
I mean, insofar as he has to earn a living and continue to comply with Texas Transportation Code and, right-of-way safety driving provisions, it's almost a necessity. And I guess the state would still consider, obviously, you don't even have to make a probation condition that he should comply with safe driving. It's kind of in and of itself. It's contained as part of his supervision. So I guess with the court's admonitions to the defendant, it's carried with his probation that he had better be a good driver out on the road, or there are very, very serious consequences with an orange jumpsuit at the end of it.
Mr. Fernandez, do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right. Anything else from either party?
No, from the state.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. 10 years deferred adjudication. There is to be restitution to Amber Skripka in two amounts, $10,185.88 and $238,538.15. With regards to the restitution, if something happens through insurance or with attorneys on the civil side, the court can always revisit that because no one's going to get paid double.
Apologize. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as I can.
No rush.
Listen closely as Amber's victim impact letter is read. She describes a moment of impact as feeling like a fast-spinning Ferris wheel. The detail of her holding her own fingers just to see if she still had feeling is bone-chilling. This is a masterclass in impact statements. It moves the case from numbers on a page to the sensory reality of a catastrophe. Notice how the courtroom goes silent. Even the most hardened legal professionals feel the weight when a survivor describes immense fear of being hit again while trying to escape a wrecked car.
Yeah.
Okay, thank y'all so much. Dear Mr. Fernandez, my family and I have been through inexplicable pain due to your actions. I honestly don't even know where to begin. I imagine the best way to begin is from the very beginning. It was April 25th, 2018. I was due to be at work for my usual shift at the University of Texas at San Antonio Department of Public Safety for my usual shift at 8 a.m. I was almost to work when the incident occurred. It happened out of nowhere. I never even saw it coming. One moment I was in my car listening to my radio. I apologize. And in the next instance, I remember just closing my eyes and hearing a very loud sound. And I was squeezing my eyes so tight. It felt like I was spinning around in a Ferris wheel that was going super fast. I just remember hearing so much scream. As soon as my vehicle stopped spinning, I opened my eyes and I just remember everyone about you screaming. I remember knowing that I must have been involved in some sort of accident, but I had no idea how bad it was or what had actually happened. I heard everyone screaming at the intersection, and while I was still trying to figure out what had actually happened, I remember a male walking up to my window in the vehicle to ask if I was okay. As soon as he looked into my vehicle, he screamed out to the crowd that we need EMS. He looked down at my arm, and when he looked down at my arm when he was saying that, so I looked down, and that's the first time I noticed that something was wrong. I saw blood everywhere. I immediately went into a panic, and I started to have an immense fear for some reason that someone was going to try to hit me again from behind. So I tried to get out of the car. I remember the male that came to help me was telling me to stay still as possible and to not move. But I couldn't. I had to get out of the car. So I unbuckled. I opened the door and I got out of the vehicle. I remember as soon as I got out, I turned around and I saw the ambulance, thank God, was already pulling up to the scene. I remember holding my ring finger and my pinky finger in my hand and trying to squeeze it to see if I could feel it. And for a brief second, I was relieved to know that I still had feeling in my hand. At that point, I still hadn't had any pain. I was still in shock. The EMS responders immediately got me into the back of the ambulance and started taking my vitals and doing what they needed to do to keep me as safe as possible. I remember there was a super sweet lady that was standing with the ambulance doors were open, and she was standing looking at me, asking me if I needed anything for my vehicle. I said no at first, but she was like, do you want your phone? And I was like, oh my God, yes, I have to tell my mother what has happened. So she went to the car to try to get my phone for me. And I know as soon as the first responders got my phone and started calling my mom, I heard my mom's voice. And I don't know why, but right then it all started hitting me. The pain it was immense pain right away.
Script, just
Yes.
slow down a little bit.
Okay.
But I want you to know that the court understands your pain, and the court reviewed your victim impact letter. And I know that that letter has been shared by defense
They've
to
read
Mr.
it.
Fernandez.
Okay. I didn't know they had
So,
read the whole thing already.
no, they read the whole thing. I make sure that the state, the defense, and I also make sure that the defense have their client read the entire the victim impact and the entire PSI report with their clients. So Mr. Fernandez has, I assure you, been given that by his attorney to read.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate you so much for coming in.
Yeah, I appreciate it. If I could I just wanted to add a couple things that weren't in my initial letter that y'all read.
Sure.
I just wanted y'all to see that I forgot to put it in my letter, but everyone at my work was so supportive of me. And it's because of them and my family that I'm actually here with y'all today, because I feel like mentally it was so taxing on me. And I remember when I first got back to work after being out for almost a month and a half, everybody at work had, I don't know if you can see it, but they made up these little Amber Strong bracelets for me. And everybody at work was wearing them, and they were trying to raise some money to help me pay for my bills. It was just so sweet. And also, I know y'all, I did send pictures, but this is updated after all the surgeries. My next surgery is going to be to try to fix this, like the unevenness of it, and to try to even out some of the stiffness in my wrist. But I mean, this is going to forever be my arm. So I just wanted y'all to see it as it is right now, 3 years later. And I do have a lot more victims impact statement, but if y'all have already read it, I don't want to tie up the court's time anymore.
Well, this scripture, let me just tell you, you never tie up the court's time. And I just want to let you know that everyone here is very sympathetic and empathetic to what you've been through. And I appreciate your coming in to tell us your story and what happened, okay?
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, how are you doing this morning?
Great, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Fernandez, we have an issue.
Yes,
And the issue is that restitution is owed.
yes,
And your restitution is $248,000.
yes, Your Honor.
So,
I have stock or shares in this company. They're helicopters that run off hydrogen. And the company is brand new, and I purchased 300,000 shares. So if it even goes public at $1, I'll have $300,000. But they're estimating it at between $15 and $20 when it goes public. And that's the main thing I'm waiting on.
I understand you're waiting on certain things, but certain things may never happen. So,
Okay.
how much are you making? Because I see that you're part-time.
Yes, I make between 1,500. Well, some months 1,500.
All right, so here's the thing: you're going to have to start paying more money than what you're paying towards restitution.
Okay.
I mean, people always wait for money in. At least if you say you're waiting for income tax, we know there's a certain date when that may be in. But waiting for a company to go public and then selling your shares and see who's buying your shares, that may never happen. So what you're going to have to do is you are going to have to get a full-time job. And
Yes.
if that is 2 part-times to make it a full-time, great. If this part-time job is supporting your basic needs, then when you get that second part-time job, all of that money should go towards restitution.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're fast forwarding through compliance hearings, and the millionaire dream is starting to sour. Victor is only paying $100 a month on a $248,000 debt, while waiting for his company to go public. The judge isn't having it. The breakdown. The court is essentially saying, hope is not a payment plan. She orders him to get a second job immediately. Legally, the judge has the power to modify probation terms if she feels the defendant isn't making a good faith effort to pay. It's a stark reminder. A judge's patience has a very real expiration date.
I understand the plight that people have with regards to money, but guess what? The person who's owed the money, who's a victim, they have a plight too.
Yes.
They now have over 200,000 in debt because of you. So you're going to have to get another job and you're going to have to start paying towards that. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Rebecca, on Victor Fernandez,
Yes, ma'am.
he needs to get another part-time job. And within 20 days, you're going to report back to me on your job. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So with you, there's an issue with regards to restitution.
Yes,
So where are we on the restitution?
I'm working full-time with this company now. And my last check, I have a copy of it, is $1,050. I can put like $400 to $500 a week
Mhm.
instead of what I was doing, $100 a month. I was only working part-time,
Okay.
and I'm still looking for a second job, a night job.
Okay. So you say you can pay $500 a month,
$400 to $500 a week.
a week.
So it's getting closer to the total that they wanted.
All right. Probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, on Mr. Victor Fernandez, he's saying that he can start paying $400 a week towards restitution. So the money that he's turning in, if we can make sure that restitution is paid first, and he said he's able to pay $400 a week.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Fernandez, if something ends up happening, I don't know, you lose your job or they end up closing up shop, don't just disappear on us.
No,
You need to
contact
let-
parole.
You need to let probation know
Oh, parole.
if there's an issue about you paying the $400 a week.
Okay.
All right, so she's gonna give you some documents to sign
All right.
saying that you're gonna be paying $400 a week.
Yes.
All right, so if you just remain in the courtroom, she'll take care of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So where are we on this payment plan?
He's currently paying, he's ordered to pay $1,600. And we're just asking for a reduction of the monthly amount to $800 for now. He will still pay off the full amount. But Judge, right now, he's working only with the income of a handyman, which is from $2,000 a month to a max of about $2,800 a month. And so, and that he's working full time. And on the weekends, he's working with his helicopter company, which is not providing any income now, but we believe in good faith that he's going to be able to pay that lump sum amount way before the end of the 10-year deferred adjudication period.
Okay. All right, I will tell you in my notes, I had that he was supposed to pay $400 per week. So now we're down to, you say 800 per month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Jeff. Maybe excuse.
Yes, your excuse. Just check in with probation and let them know that he's allowed to pay the 800 a month.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. You're welcome. CR 8157A, State of Texas versus Victor Fernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Your Honor, good afternoon. This is Mark Braswell for the defense.
All right, and Mr. Braswell is by video. Any objection, state?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Fernandez, do you have any objection to your attorney appearing by video? All right, so we're here for restitution to determine that. The last time we were here, well, one of the last times we were here on May 23rd, and the defendant was paying $400 a week towards restitution, has a new job, and he was going to obtain a second job. And then August 18th, defendant's payments were reduced to $800 a month. So my understanding is both parties conferred off record with regards to restitution and what is owed.
So, Judge, so specifically here, he was ordered to pay restitution to two individuals. I believe it was Amber, and I'm going to butcher the last name if you have.
Skripka.
Yes.
That would be the last name. And then Angela Reynolds, who's here today.
Yes.
For Ms. Reynolds, that restitution amount was never determined. And so that's, I believe, what we're here for today.
Yes.
Right now, I spoke with Ms. Reynolds. She had been under the impression that things like pain and suffering or lost wages were included in restitution. Options for if she wanted to pay or show that she paid anything through co-pays or deductibles, anything out of pocket. She said that she didn't have any of those documents on her. And when I told her that we could ask for more time, she said that she was okay with not having more time and just settling the restitution here.
Okay.
So
all right.
She is still here in case the court wants.
All right. So Ms. Reynolds, if you could come forward for me, please. I have an issue.
Yes.
And it's with regards to the paying of restitution. So you're supposed to be making a minimum $800 per month payment, and you have not been doing that.
I've been making like $200, $300. Yes.
Yeah, you're supposed to be, I mean, I know that's what you've been making,
Yes.
but you're supposed to be making $800 payments.
I'm having hardship, a financial hardship.
What is the financial hardship?
I went on Social Security. I'm 64. I'm going to be 65 in July.
Mhm.
They reduced my Social Security by $1,000 for a case in California that I need to go to California to close. Because I contacted them in 2021. They said all I had to do is go to California and they'll close the case. They say that I owe $117,000. They attached that case to Texas SSI, and they're taking $1,000. I have paperwork for it.
All right, so here's the thing. This person is owed $248,000. They want their money. And I understand that people have hardships and everything that's going on, but they want their money. They're entitled to their money.
4 different things that happened.
No, I understand, but you're going to have to figure out a way.
Yes.
The minimum payments is supposed to be $800. And the complainant is saying that they've been receiving payments sporadically. It's not consistent. So
I paid $17,000.
$17,000 or $248,000. And I am sure that this person's life will never be the same again because of the nature of these charges. So she wants to be paid.
Company to go
Mhm.
start the manufacturing. They moved back to Tucson, Arizona. They have new investors, and the company's supposed to start manufacturing. And once they go public with the stocks, then I'll receive cash.
When is this going to be done?
We think in about 2 months, Judge, and the company's name is Avimech, Avimech. They build helicopters. He is a shareholder in the company, he and his
I'm on the board of directors.
So what they've been trying to do is take the company public. They had an investor, that investor got audited, so that kind of slowed down the process. So they now have a new investor and they should go public. They moved the company physically from San Antonio to Tucson. And we believe about 2 months, Judge.
For the start manufacturing.
All right, this is coming back on June 26th, and you had better make some payments.
Yes,
Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, this case is coming back on June 26th. Vashon, this case is coming back on June 26th to see where he is on making payments.
Maybe excuse, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Hello. Hi.
Hi, Judge. This is a compliance hearing. It's not really a compliance hearing. The last time Mr. Fernandez was in court, there was a mandate that he pay $800 a month towards his restitution.
Mm-hmm.
You set this hearing to ensure that he's been paying it and to see if there's been any other.
Years have passed since the accident. Victor is now 64, struggling with a heart attack, soaring blood pressure, and a reduced Social Security check. The helicopter money still hasn't arrived. We see a man broken by his own health, yet still tethered to a debt he can likely never pay. The judge shows a bit of humanity here, lowering his payments temporarily, but the tragedy is circular. The victim is still short hundreds of thousands, and the defendant is one health crisis away from total collapse. It's a sobering end to the high-speed dream that started this whole mess.
Their compliance issues. Okay. So Mr. Fernandez has been making regular payments of the $800 a month. There has not been any compliance issues. Okay. Mr. Fernandez did indicate to me that he had a heart attack on the 24th of last month, which has placed him, his health in disarray. And
For short times until they get my medication.
Okay.
And with his health issues happening the way that they're happening, he's not able to work as he has before. Yeah. And he's asking the court if we can take if you can take some type of consideration and lower his payments to $500 for a short period.
Okay. And what time frame are you all wanting these payments?
Judge, I would ask for 6 months if possible. And then after the 6 months, back to the 800.
Okay, we can do that.
Thank you, Judge. Do you have any other concerns that you want to talk to the judge about?
No, thanks.
All right, well, I hope they get your medication correct.
Yeah, because my blood pressure went up to 230.
Oh, that's.
I had a heart attack.
Okay.
Now it's like 170, but they keep switching the medications. Taking 6 different pills.
Okay.
We're trying to get it right.
All right. Well, make sure you take care of your health, okay? All right. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you. Court is calling 2022 CR 11096, State of Texas versus Jonathan Paul Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Mitchell for the state.
Defense.
Reagan Enriquez present for John Coons for Jonathan Sanchez.
And are you Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Sanchez, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we'll waive counts 1 and 2 and proceed on count number 3, which is the aggravated assault with everyone.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, the attorney who's standing in today is not Mr. Kuntz. Do you have any objection to this attorney standing in?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Court's Admonishment and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand in count 3, you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a 2nd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I do believe that he will be successful on deferred adjudication probation. He has the support of his father, who's been here in the courtroom all morning in the red sweater and has been here, I believe, for every court setting that we've had and been very helpful. Jonathan has used his time in custody since August. He's taken a parenting class at the jail. He's taking art classes at the jail. And I do believe he's going to follow all the rules that this court imposes and he's not going to have any issues, and I expect him to be successful.
All right, how many children do you have?
I have 2 children now.
What are their ages?
4 and 5.
And when's the last time you had contact with them?
I had video contact with them a couple weeks ago. I spoke with them on the phone less than a week ago. And before that, I took my daughter to her first day of school this year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, physical contact, it was the day before. It was September 9th.
All right. So is there a legal custody arrangement with your children?
Yes. So I had a CPS case that I successfully completed, And right now, my children are staying with the mother of my children. And the court kind of left it up to the mother of my children to decide how much contact, other than like a couple times a week, but she lets the kids come with me whenever, I want. Like if I want them to spend the night or whatever, they actually spent the night at my mother's house with me. Like I guess 6 months ago. But I love my children very much, and I want to do the best thing that I can to better myself, so that way I can be better for my children.
All right. So just so you know, the court is not going to allow you to have unsupervised contact with your children until I'm satisfied that you're clean and sober. You understand?
Yes, I am.
All right. So how far did you go in school, and have you had employment before?
Yeah, so I have my GED and I have some college credits from Tarrant County College, but I've also went to school for electronical engineering at ITT Tech. I just did one semester, but and as far as my employment goes, I was a senior agent at a company called Direct Express. And I handled all of like Social Security benefits. So anybody that received Social Security benefits or military benefits, I was the person on the other end of the phone number for the card processor, where I would help them with all of their banking information and help protect their Social Security benefits.
Okay. I don't know if you should be doing that, but all right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. 3 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Nancy Madrano. Again, that can change once you're clean and sober. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Again, that could change once you provide proof to the court that you've been clean and sober. So if you were to have contact with your children, it would have to be with an approved chaperone. And you just let probation know who that person is going to be. Probation will call that person, do a background check to see if they would be appropriate chaperones. You understand?
Yes, sir.
There is to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. When he's released, I'm going to want field visits at least 2 times per month. There's going to be a TAP evaluation while in custody. Follow TAP recommendations. I'm also going to run a referral to felony drug court. Counsel, I think really felony drug court is the best place for him. They do it on a case-by-case basis. So it would probably be best for you to contact felony drug court, let them know that I'm recommending him for felony drug court evaluation, and explain to them the circumstances behind this case, because sometimes people see that it's an aggravated assault and they'll say no automatically. Felony drug court usually doesn't do that, but I know they have limited spaces, so they want to know that he's very serious. So just call them right away and let them know this is coming to them, and tell them the facts of the police report. And I think they see that it's involving that he wanted heroin and he wanted it now. Hello.
Hello, Judge.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I can't complain. So since you're here, there must be great things that are happening. Please.
Judge, there was a status report for consideration for early dismissal and discharge.
Okay.
At the time that the report was submitted, the state had some objections based on the facts and charges.
Mm-hmm.
However, after speaking with Ms. Jones and reviewing everything in the case, she has no objections in early termination. Mr. Sanchez has been on probation or deferred adjudication since February 2023, and he's actually just supposed to get off next month. He's completed everything. We have absolutely no concerns in regards to him, and we're just asking that you consider just letting him loose.
All right. What have you learned?
So I just want to say thank you for your time today, Your Honor. Since on probation, actually prior to me being on probation, I was in the county jail for about a year. And during that time, I had time to actually sober up, actually come out of, what I think back is like a psychosis from drug use. And after I got sentenced to the ISF and the probation, uh, I had a counselor there named Mr. Pacheco,
Mhm.
and through the counseling and the group sessions, I learned about thinking errors. I learned about criminal thinking and just basically the things that I was doing wrong in life and the the bad things I was presenting myself as like to the community. And I ended up graduating from the ISF and getting released on probation, and I also got placed on methadone. So I've been going to the methadone clinic. Now, when I got out on probation, I moved with my dad for about a year.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I moved with my dad for about a month,
Mhm.
and then on my own, I made a decision that I wanted to go back to Oxford sober living. So I was in the sober living house for about a year. Uh, I started doing remodeling, and then I ended up getting my current job that I still have today, working for a company called Mission Compost. And right now, I'm the head of commercial operations at my company, and I've just learned that there's a way better way to live life, and I'm just very grateful for the opportunity that I've had to be on deferred adjudication. Uh, I, I've been preparing for this. I watch your YouTube sometimes, so I watch the YouTube to stay grateful because I see a lot of different people that get the deferred adjudication and they mess up on probation. So I've made sure like I study other people, so what to do, what not to do, and I ended up at one point in probation, you allowed me to have unsupervised visits with my children. So I got my children back in my life. I'm with my children. Every weekend. It was just my daughter's birthday, and I'm just very grateful and very happy for the changes that I made because of the opportunity that you, probation, and the prosecution and the court as a whole has given me as an opportunity. So I'm very grateful.
Well, I'm happy for you. I'm so glad that you completed this. Rashad, it's just been like a Merry Christmas for me. It's just been continuing. So keep up the good work. I always try to tell people, always remember your journey because sometimes we forget and we think life is easy. Sometimes it's not. You just have to be prepared for it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to sign the request for early termination, and you're off probation. And be sure to don't be afraid to share your testimony with people because you can always help somebody with their journey.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I have some dreams and aspirations of hopefully being a criminal defense attorney. So maybe I've been like looking into like different things about the bar exam and learning about Terry stops and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So maybe I'll see moving forward.
Awesome. And you know what? It is doable. There was a graduate from felony drug court because people will tell you, and I have to tell people, hey, if you have a felony case or even if you've been on deferred, if you're trying to get your license, anything that requires a license, it's not impossible. It's just going to be more difficult.
Yeah.
But I know some people who've actually been through the felony drug court program or who have felony convictions. They're now attorneys and they're doing great. Yeah. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you. Okay.
Yes.
If you ever need anything, always come back. Sure.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Mhm.
After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Only that I've discussed this matter with my client and he agrees with me. He's too old for this stuff. And I think he's really serious about trying to kick this habit. It's heroin. So I asked the court to follow the plea bargain and pay close attention to the TAP evaluation. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Do you have any children? What are their ages?
19, 21, and 23.
All right. If you were released from custody, where would you be staying?
With my mom right now.
I'm sorry.
With my mother right now.
If you can lower the mask so we can understand you.
At my mom's.
All right, does your mother want you staying with her? No, you say that, you assume, because everybody knows their moms love them and they'll accept you no matter what. But have you actually talked to her and said, Mom, may I live with you?
I talked to her.
And
And she said it's okay.
did you say, may I live with you?
Yes.
And her response?
She said it was fine.
Have you ever been employed?
Yes.
Doing what?
Right now I work with Rangers Incorporated with pick up trash on the side of the highway. And I also do remodeling homes.
Okay. Any gang affiliation?
No, man.
What's up with the tattoos?
It was when I was younger. When I was younger and gangbanging in the streets. But I'm all done with that.
All right. So when I say gang affiliation, I mean like past affiliation. Some people, they're master gardeners and they let their membership lapse. And so they kick them out of master gardeners class. But if I ask them, hey, you know anything about gardening? They will usually say, well, I used to be a master gardener. So what gang? Okay. All right. This is what the court will do. The court will sentence you to 6 years in prison, suspended and probated for 6 years. I'm going to want gang supervision, 150 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you can provide the proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get it, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. There is to be regular reporting. There's to be the UA hotline until further notice. I'm going to want field visits 3 times per month. I'm going to want proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And how old are you?
47.
47? All right, those 3 months where I'm saying field visits 3 times a month, you're allowed to live with your mom for 3 months. After that, you need to get your own place. You understand? So probation, he's only allowed to reside with his mother for 3 months. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation, and the TAP evaluation can be done out of custody. If the TAP evaluation recommends inpatient treatment, we're going to start him with intensive outpatient treatment. And I'm going to want sober meetings 3 times per week. And that's going to be until he is actively in intensive outpatient treatment. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? Did you review a document with your attorney entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak with an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor, we waive our request to set bond that's going to get out this afternoon, hopefully.
All right, it'll probably be 1 a.m.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You might miss the bologna sandwich.
Who's here on Adrian Soto?
Yes, we are.
All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 7314, State of Texas versus Billy Hernandez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense. Are you Billy Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Billy Hernandez who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 7314 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on October 25th, 2022 for a term of 6 years? Is that you? State?
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Billy Hernandez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of April and May 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, we waive the other violations alleged in the motion.
Any objection?
No objections.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 6 years in the prison? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We're asking that you deny the motion, continue the defendant on community supervision, and amend its conditions for ISF 2, followed by the gang ISP supervision. We're asking that you follow the probation's recommendation, Your Honor.
Any objection to the court reviewing probation's report?
None for the state, Your Honor.
No.
Okay. All right. So according to the court summary from probation, it says that he did not attend the gang ISP intake on May 12, 2023. You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you speak up so that the court reporter can hear. Where have you been?
Just been, I was working, that's it.
Why didn't you report?
I stopped reporting because of, I thought I was gonna come out dirty when I was supposed to go to the UAs.
So what did you think would be the consequences of you not reporting?
Motion to revoke, coming to the courts again.
All right, and what do you think the consequences would be for you testing dirty?
MTR, motion to revoke.
All right, so I'm going to give you a choice. Sometimes I can give people choices, sometimes I cannot. I can sentence you to 4 years in the prison, or either I can have you complete a new TAP evaluation. You're going to follow the TAP evaluation recommendations. If they recommend inpatient treatment, you're going into inpatient treatment, and you're going to do ISF regardless.
Take that, TAP and ISF.
Like it's ISF 2, which is inpatient.
Yeah, no, I'm meaning ISF cognitive. Yes, on top of he's going to inpatient treatment inpatient treatment. And what drugs were you using? All right. Yes. I can tell you right now, they're going to recommend SafeP for him, which appears to be the appropriate placement. So has a TAP evaluation ever been done on him? Okay. All right. This is what the court will do then. Court is going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include a TAP evaluation in custody. And Ms. Abrams, regardless of what the TAP says, if the TAP says outpatient treatment, he needs to go to inpatient treatment because he's using heroin. So I'm going to recommend SafeP. And because of your gang affiliation, felony drug court is not going to accept you. And upon release, there's going to be gang supervision, the UA hotline until further notice. And his probation is going to be extended by 2 years. And there's going to be proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
How many?
3.
What are their ages?
24, 19, and 18.
All right, and who are they with?
But they're in college right now, so I just stay with their mom.
Okay. And upon release, he's going to do sober support meetings. And there's to be 120 and 120 days. Is there anything else, Ms. Abrams? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, so we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You were looking at going to prison today. If you don't want to go to prison, then you need to follow what is being requested of you on probation. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry. Is it going to be the recommendation of the TAP evaluation?
No. TAP evaluation, if they say outpatient treatment, then you know what that means? That means that he hasn't told them that he has an addiction to heroin. If he's honest with them and says he has an addiction to heroin, they're going to recommend SafeP. So if they come back recommending outpatient, I'm going to want him to go to SafeP.
So I guess what I'm asking is, you're sending him to SafeP no matter what.
Yes. But in order for him to go to SafeP, they still need a TAP evaluation.
Very good.
All right, thank you. All ready to proceed on the motion?
Yes, Judge.
Court is calling 2022 CR 7314 State versus Billy Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Valerie Headland for Billy Hernandez.
And are you Mr. Hernandez? Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Billy Hernandez who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 7314 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 to 4 grams on October 25th, 2022 for a term of 6 years and extended for 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 2, on or about the 4th day of June 2025 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Billy Hernandez, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number 40, on or about the 4th day of November 2025 in Bear County, Texas. Defendant Billy Hernandez did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bear County Provision and Corrections Department Substance Abuse Felony Punishment Facility Continuum of Care Treatment Plan, in that the defendant failed to participate in SafeP Continuum of Care in violation of condition number 40.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Here we are.
State will waive the remaining.
Any objection?
No.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 2 and 40, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 6 years in the prison?
Yes, sir.
And up to a there's no fine. Did you, knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 2 and 40? Court will find 2 and 40 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, proposed agreement is to deny state's motion, continue on probation, alter and amend to resend Mr. Hernandez to safety, preferably relapse track if available.
All right. Mr. Hernandez, it appears to the court that maybe you don't want to be on probation because you were ordered to go to SafeP and you refused. So I don't know why I should, order SafeP again. How old are you? All right. So it's not as though sometimes when you have younger people or you're dealing with children, they don't realize all the consequences of their actions. So you give them an opportunity to reevaluate. I'm trying to figure out why I should give you an opportunity to reevaluate when that's what was ordered and you didn't do it. And the fact that you've been extended for 2 years tells me we've been here before on a previous motion to revoke. Otherwise, normally there would not be an extension. So I don't understand why I should continue you.
I'd just like to continue my recovery. I was just set back on the triggers that I should have been aware of.
And Judge, just for the record too, he did the actual full SafeP. It was aftercare that he got discharged from. He did have a heroin addiction and went through the Suboxone treatment. That was years, I don't know how long ago, but he got clean off heroin. He hasn't used heroin. I think his couple of positives were meth, and we've had discussions about that as well. And he really does want to go back. Excuse me. And he's never been to TDC. He doesn't have any felony convictions. And I think it's minor misdemeanor prior history. So he's asking for a second chance and is willing to participate in the program. Right?
Probation.
Yes, Judge.
So is he a good candidate to be continued on probation? He's been on probation since 2022, and he's already been extended for previous violation.
This is his second MTR. He completed 177 days of Safe P, and he just didn't follow through with his aftercare program, Judge, and that is what kicked him out.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know if you're appropriate for probation or not. Well, I shouldn't say that. I believe that you should be revoked, right? But I don't have a crystal ball. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have changed and maybe you're ready to complete everything and get your life together. So I'm going to give you a choice. These are your only two choices. There are no other choices. So don't ask me for a third option, right? Your choice will be, I will revoke you. I will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. You'll receive credit because legally you're required to receive credit for the time you completed Safe P. As a part of sentencing you, I'll ask that you be placed in the therapeutic community. Otherwise, I will continue you. It's going to be the Safe P relapse program. You're going to remain in custody till transfer. And I'll also ask that he be considered for felony drug court. So which do you prefer?
Committed to continue?
All right. And is there any gang affiliation?
No, I asked him the same thing, Judge.
Okay. All right. This is what the court will do. The court is going to deny the motion, alternate man conditions to, I'll state you may be excused, to include a Safe P relapse program and a referral to felony drug court. And that's to be done in custody. And probation, did we do a gang evaluation for him?
Judge, I would have to check.
And we'll do a gang evaluation if not previously completed.
It mentions it in the summary, Judge, but it doesn't say like that was completed or what a result was found. And it's not tagged in his court documents that I could see. So,
okay. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? Right. And then upon release, I'm going to ask that he do daily sober support meetings. And those are your NAAA meetings. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're looking at 6 years in the prison. If you continue to use, only one or two things going to end up happening. One, you may end up going to prison. Or two, the last time you use may be the last time you use, and then somebody's going to have to identify you. I know you don't want that. My understanding, based from everything I've read, addiction is hard to conquer. But in this court, and your attorney will tell you, if you feel as though you're going to use, all you have to do is pick up the phone and call probation. And what will end up happening? Oh, the last one. Hey, what will end up happening is probation. Sometimes they will contact me and say, hey, we got a phone call. He's thinking about using it. Then you know what I would usually do? Have you come in, ask you, how can we help you maintain your sobriety? But if you disappear, if you just give in and use, that's going to be a problem. You understand? All right. Good luck to you.
thank you, Judge.